Look at this setup. This is dope. We're in Phoenix, Arizona, filming right now. Interview, and this is not even our set. This is someone else's set. So basically, I didn't expect to see this, but I want to show you it because the importance of composition, lighting, framing. Explain it. This is basically called a Rembrandt lighting setup, as the way it throws the shadow off on the face. The light is at a 45-degree angle, and it's also tilted down, so it casts a nice shadow. I'll show you right here. I'm gonna sit. So see how the light is 80% on my face here, and it's underneath my chin is shadowed. What it does is on the opposite side, it highlights a triangle on the upper cheekbone. So this is called a classic Rembrandt lighting setup, but instead of it being dark on the other side, you need a fill to fill the shadow. I don't know why they have this purple light here, maybe there's some accent. And then behind me, oh yeah, I have one more thing to show you. See this grid over the light? That's for specific intention. What it does is it helps control the light source so it doesn't scatter and spray all over the controlled lighting background. Because if you have light spilling onto the background, then it creates a problem where now you're bright, the background's bright, it's all blown out, and then you just kind of fade off into the background. You want to control the subject and light the subject so you pop off of the background. And then the next technique right here, you want to independently light the background, preferably with a different color. You see they've thrown some shadows on here with scrims and different features. So now that the background is a different color, it makes you pop off of the background, okay? Now, the next piece of lighting here is, this would be called the hair light or the backlight. And then this lights the top of your head and your shoulders so you don't silhouette off into the background. So it lights the edges, an edge light, so you three-dimensionally pop off of the background. You see, the reason it's behind, very importantly, is also so it doesn't spill. So the lighting will creep around the edge and it'll outline you a nice silhouette of light. Now, right in front of us is the Sennheiser MKH416. It's a movie industry standard mic, and it looks like it's on a Zygote. Oh, that's a Rode. Oh, that's a new and improved shock mount on a boom pole. So this mic right here is about $1,000. Wait, that looks like an MKE 600. Let me see. Hey, he said this light was an MKH 416. I'm like, that ain't no 416. That looks like an MKE 600. And I go look at the small print. It says MKE 600. That's how much I know my mics, bro. All right, so small rig. It's all good stuff. They got the sandbags here. Shure SM7B, industry standard. This mic is actually the microphone, the classic version that Michael Jackson performed. The Thriller album was recorded on this mic, and that's why it became so popular in podcasting and everything. And I have that mic too. It's great. Let's walk around a little bit more. Beautiful setup. I think I'm just gonna stop right. No, let's go to the cameras. Lots of beautiful lenses. So it looks like they're running Sony A7S IIIs. That looks like an Ace. Is it an A7R5? That's an A7S III. I'm sure it's a full frame readout. I know they're shooting at 4K, probably S-Log 2. What's this? Looks like another A7S III. Don't they have an FX3 around here? Anyways, the quality on this is insane. It almost looks like AI. Is this a Zoom F6? Beautiful recording unit. XLR inputs, tons of inputs and outputs. Records in 32-bit floating, which means that it won't clip. It's a phenomenal tool. And it's great for capturing sound. What I would do what you could just run a line into the camera, so then the audio, you can sync it a lot easier, but you should just be able to hear it with the scratch audio. This is beautiful. The only thing missing is sound control, dampening, which you probably don't want to do it on the ceiling. But you could bring in sound isolation panels and thick foam. What you could do is go to like Harbor Freight or Amazon and just order a whole bunch of moving blankets and just put them all over the floor, and that'll help dampen and control the sound, so you're not getting slap back reverb off the walls. You want your sound at least 80% dry, so therefore now you can control it in post. Because the problem is, if you have haptic feedback echoes coming from the sound in the acoustic environment and it's going into the microphone feed, and especially if you're recording in mono, if you try to put anything on that, it's called something destructive editing. You're multiplying the harsh frequencies that you don't want. Some of them you can get rid of them, but some of them you can't. That's why it's important to record in a controlled environment. This is great for diffusion. If the walls were completely made out of this, see the depth and dimensionality. So when sound hits this, it scatters at different rates and different speeds, and it spreads it, and it's called sonic diffusion. So that actually can create a beautiful acoustic ambient sound. But the one problem with that is if all the walls are completely squared, like this stuff is good because sound moves at different rates. How it's cascaded, the ceiling, beautiful for acoustics. But what it'll do is it'll multiply the ambient echo and all the low frequencies from about 140 hertz down to what the ear can hear audibly. It'll get so bassy that it'll just sound like mud. So that's how I'm just gonna shut up and end this video now. Peace.